earlier on my YouTube channel. We got the little snapper upside down on the workbench. A couple of things we need to address. First off, the blade is round on the cutting edge, so we're going to take the blade off. Second, we need to get a measurement for the drive belt that drives the self-propelled part. So while this is off, I'll get a measurement for that. Let's see, we only have, let's see, 1, 2 of the 4 bolts that hold the engine to the deck. Lastly, while we have the welder out, she's got a few cracks in the deck. See, there's one there, one there, no surprise. And the front axle has a bow to it, so we'll probably pull that thing out, because right now this tire's like this one's like this. Well, that's a little rusty. Not too bad. Came out. Yeah. That's a sight better. At least now it's not gonna shake itself apart, you know, split the deck in half while I'm trying to piddle around in the yard. Got me a belt measurement too. Well, just when you think a project should be simple and fast, it ain't. Case in point, I'll show you. So this little axle assembly is driven through a belt right off that pulley on the crank. That turns this little guy here, it spins, and then that turns that, and then that belt turns this, and then that makes your tires turn. Well, I found a belt, shockingly, on the first attempt that is the right length, but then when I put the belt on, it was all the way up here, touching the bottom of this guy here. And then down here, it kept riding up, popping off the pulley. I didn't start it, obviously, but when I just turned the crank, it popped the belt off. So I was like, well, there's a set screw in this guy. I'll just drop that thing down. And it was rusted on there. Rusted as solid as anything I've ever seen. So I set me up a 3-jaw puller on there, or maybe it was a 2-jaw, I don't remember. And put a ton of pressure on it, heated it up, tapped on it, took the puller off, tapped on it some more, put the puller back on it, and long story short, it finally moved. I pushed that thing down about 1/2 inch. Now the belt does its thing. Got this assembly on eBay. I think it's the right one. It's an NOS unit, I believe. So we'll pop that up there on the column. So it seems like I either got 1-inch long bolts or 6-inch long bolts. So this guy will have to be swapped out, but that'll be for my handlebar mount. That's the throttle, fast, slow. I'll have to find my little bracket that locks the end of the cable down, but see, probably goes up from the bottom. If not, we'll fix it later. I think, I don't know if that goes over or under. Okay, like I say, we'll snug this guy up a little bit and swap it out. Found my little bracket, went ahead and screwed it onto the cover there. So we'll go ahead and set this thing back on. Okay, got me some bolts from a slightly newer model motor. Let's see, went ahead and dropped that one. Who needs that one? Almost went in my trash can. All right, let me run them in real quick. This engine block is aluminum, which sucks because they're not serviceable as far as boring them or whatever. They got some hard coating on the cylinders, so you can't really punch them out from what I read. So this must go above that bolt. None of this stuff was in place when I got this mower. The throttle was just kind of wired all the way one direction. So let's see. Kill position is, that might be backwards. Gotta put some oil in this. Not sure what it's supposed to have in it, so 80, 90 it will be. I would assume needs to be filled up to about here, or at least probably doesn't matter, no more than I'm going to use it. 80, 90 is kind of heavy. Well, I got fresh gas in it. I've never had this tank used before. Got a little bit of seepage around the carburetor gasket. It's never run off of this since I've had it. I had that newer, later model carbon tank on it before, so this was ruined. I don't know if my throttle springs and all that's right. We'll see if she runs or not. I don't know if the carburetor's going to do carby things. So we'll find out. I got fresh oil in it. I got gas in it. You already saw me put oil in there, so I guess we'll pull on it a couple times. Well, got dark on me, or it's almost dark. You can't tell, but gotta go feed the horses. It's a win as far as making the thing run. It ain't happy with the cobbled together springs on the carburetor. Kind of wants to run, kind of doesn't want to run based on where you put the throttle. I figured out why my fuel system was having problems, why the idle was all over the place. I was missing parts in the carburetor. So what I done is I painted the tank and the carburetor from a newer model, slapped it on there, and it's flawless. I kept the manual throttle set up. It's really good. I like being able to idle it down, speed it up. I don't like that full throttle all the time, so. What I'm interested in is what's here. I know you'll all like some variety, so perhaps we can do a willet run on this. I gotta tell you, when I drug this thing out of the back of that old pickup truck, I never in a million years would have guessed A, that it would run, or B, that it could run this well. This has been a really fun project. It's probably worth a grand total of $28, but I don't really care. It's been really fun. It runs fantastic. It cuts good. It's self-propelled, metal deck. They're indestructible. Anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging out while I did this build. I've had a lot of fun with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I take it any further, if I restore the thing, I don't know. It's great. It's been fun. See you next time.